We're taught in school, at least I was, maybe you had a misfortune that you didn't get miseducated as they made me, where I had to turn around and relearn everything that they taught me the wrong way in order to go the right way. The pituitary gland, they say, is your master gland. It controls all the functions in your body. I say nothing could be further from the truth. Your minor gland would be your pituitary gland. Your basic gland is your pineal gland. Some people call it pineal. I understand it's pine cone shape, called pineal gland. The pineal gland is the gland that produces melanin. And wherever you have melanin in your body, you're going to function differently than a person with little or none. And the grade of your melanin will help you to do things that other people can't. And when you're beginning to function with your melanin, then you can begin to adapt to magnetic fields. Here's broken down. I'm giving it to you a different way now. Magnetic fields, electrical fields, and orgone fields. Without that, you cannot adapt to all three. You may adapt to one, the lowest of all, electrical fields. Our problem here nowadays is elves. And I'm not talking about the one in the hollow earth. I'm not talking about the one in the fairy tales, because elves, not elves, are killing you. Elves is extra low frequency, which is electrical propagations, electrical energy. That is what short circuits you. That's what's causing you to age. That's what's causing your cells to age. That is our biggest problem here. And they're building up more and more towers everywhere. And the more towers go up, the more it's going to short circuit anybody with an active pineal gland. And it's only going to be melanated people that can get through this. And even they now are being attacked with the shots and AIDS and all these other things, which we will also get into too. Setting the stage for some obviously broad coverage that we're going to do. There was an anatomy book and a physiology book, both that stated something along this line, to paraphrase it, that the pineal gland is an atrophied gland of very little usage and really not even necessary to discuss. That meant that the biggest, strongest, most powerful gland in an operating body that we're now in is of very little usage and profit. In many cases it is, because it calcifies. And it calcifies anytime you expose it to drugs. I didn't say to herbals. Anytime you expose it to allopathic, pharmaceutical drugs, you're killing and causing a war with your pineal gland. When you use homeopathic and nutraceutical products, herbs, leaves, roots, things that are natural, things that contain sunlight, now it begins to amplify and work correctly. It is the gland that lets you tan, the gland that lets you blacken, the gland that gives you your psychic ability, the gland that produces serotonin, by which you can get calm under situations, can sleep at night without taking other drugs. It is a master gland that when something goes wrong in your body, it chemically organizes it, analyzes it, and then sends a direction to the pituitary gland to start mass producing all these various hormones from the various things that we do. It does not like synthetic. I will repeat that once more. It does not like synthetic anything. Synthetic things are made in a laboratory to act like what would be a natural thing. If you are a natural person, you cannot use synthetic things without an aberration, a problem, something else happening within that system. And many things are happening within our systems now that are wrong. Very bad. We have genetically modified foods everywhere. We have water that is full of fluorine, chlorine, and 38 different kind of things in most of the places. And in fact, if you're coming, unfortunately, again, from the Ohio area, it has more than the rest of it. And even in Chicago, where I come from, which is supposed to have one of the best filtration plants around, they're still putting 38 different chemicals in to try to kill off bacteria. You have depleted uranium being given to soldiers, sailors, Marines, armed forces personnel over there fighting in the Iraq, Middle East, which, by the way, is innocuous because the Middle East is where ancient Mesopotamia I was, where Sumer was, and here you have the brethren who are supposed to be coming over there to start unlocking time locks, to come over there to get in tune with the planet, over there killing each other, blowing each other up, being bitten by crabs and the desert crabs and stuff, being given 34 shots before they can return, taking them out of the picture forever, messing with their reproductive organs, their brains, over there fighting a war that is not even existing because of a population who's trying to eliminate them and they don't get the picture. Would you understand the irony of what's happening on this planet this time is almost insane. In fact, as the brothers say, Brother Ludicrous, it's not only insane, it's ludicrous. It's past belief on what is happening now to the young people's minds, the old people's minds, and the minds of those who are supposed to be awakening, trying to put it back into a deep coma.
Peace, family, peace.
It's now that we make travel so expensive, we have this hotel to ourselves. How do you?
What's going on, family? It's your boy Matt, man. Back in a quick download from University of Black's Law. Quick disclaimer: if you're discriminatory, racist, having discriminatory attributes as part of your character, please exit the university. If you're not open-minded, willing to be taught, please exit the university. I wanted to share that video with y'all. For those that don't know about the pineal gland, the pineal gland, depending on how you pronounce it, they don't tell you about it, right? And there's a good reason why they don't tell you about it, because their whole mission is to keep you disconnected from nature. You know what I'm saying? So, the pineal gland is what is used as the tool for the soul to enter your body, this avatar. Marijuana, now in the video, Dr. Delbert Blair broke down, he said that the pineal gland is not like synthetics, right? He didn't say herbs, he said synthetics. He made a clear distinguishment from synthetics, which is pharmaceuticals, and herbs, which is marijuana. Okay, I don't think I shared this with y'all. If I did, forgive me. But the reason for a long time, marijuana, the cannabis plant, which comes from the Canis major, was brought here by our ancestors. Again, whether you believe that or not, doesn't take away from that being a fact. Okay, and it was brought here to decalcify the pineal gland. Okay. Which would explain why the U.S. government, the federal corporation entitled United States of America, made marijuana a Schedule I narcotic in the same class of drug as heroin or fentanyl. The term getting high comes from when you smoke marijuana. For all my marijuana smokers, right? Remember back in the day when you first would smoke? You know what I'm saying? When you was young, when your tolerance was still low, you will blow an L and you be with your mans or whatever, you smoke. Then all of a sudden, right, you get all philosophical and intellectual, start analyzing every fucking thing around you, start thinking different and shit, right? You look over at your mans, you be like, yo, my nigga, why the fuck we buying fruits, right? You paying for water? What the fuck is going on? Right? Because you're hiring your frequency. That's where the term getting high comes from. Some of the greatest thinkers, so-called thinkers, were drug addicts. Believe it or not, Einstein was addicted to mescaline. Sigmund Freud was a cokehead. So, marijuana, they went hard on that for a long time because they don't want you thinking like that. I mean, they never really stopped it, you know what I mean? But that was their intent behind it. Okay, see, before these laws become laws or statutes, because they're not laws, they're first a bill, right? Remember, words have meanings. A bill. It gets drafted, goes in front of the legislature, yada, yada. The legislators create it. It's a whole process, right? And that's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is the intent behind it. And the intent behind laws, it's called Sessions law. Okay, Sessions law. All right. Now, I have litigated myself personally. Now, Sessions law operates like this. Sessions law operates based upon the legislative design and intent and enactment of the law. What was in the mind of these people when they thought to write down these laws, to draft these bills that you're paying? So I've litigated arguments and have won, saying that the opposition is applying this framework, statute, or ideology in a manner that is in contradiction to its legislative intent and design. Because every action is based on an intention. So this is why I say, since the Bible wasn't for you, right? And the Constitution was drafted relying on the Bible as a number one citing reference for its creation, then the laws won't be for you. Okay? Everything, no matter where you're at right now in the world, when you look around you, do a 360, everything was there created in a manner to keep you from yourself. We don't live in these box-shaped houses, apartments, condos, whatever you want to live in, by coincidence. Again, coincidence was the word they gave you to keep you from yourself. Everything is about energy. Everything breaks down to energy. The inner chi, the inner G, right? However you want to say, because everything is energy. Now, if atoms make up everything in existence, right? And atoms are nothing but energy. Then even if you break the atoms down to quarks, right? They're nothing but energy. So everything around you is light. Everything is energy. Everything is energy. So, therefore, their system that they have created to keep them in power, everything is designed in a manner to manipulate any way you're manipulated. They're manipulating energy because they're manipulating you. They're controlling you, whether it's a 9 to 5, whatever it is, family, whatever it is, it's all about manipulating energy. This is the world that you live in. In the video I just showed you, he also says something about Oregon fields. It's another thing about you that you don't know. The metaphysical attributes of who you are, what you are, where you come from, the power you yield. Remember this University of Black's Law where you will learn a lot about what you don't know, about what you do know. Okay? So your Oregon fields are 7 etheric bodies or energetic fields that are shaped like your body that surround you. Right? You ever heard of someone losing a limb and they get that phantom pain? Sometimes they can still feel pain in a limb that doesn't exist. Those are your Oregon fields, your auras. And there's 7 of them in the rainbow, family. The rainbow. Remember, we're not black. We are not black people. They gave you that label to keep you away from yourself. Because black, by definition, if you go look it up, is the absence of color. We are the rainbow. Remember that. Okay? And this is why they don't want your black ass in the ocean. Black/Latino. Right? Because dolphins. Did you know that dolphins are the only other species on this planet that have sex for pleasure? Well, I'm not going to say on this planet because there's other species on this planet, but that you know of. Because dolphins, and it's illegal for you to interact with them. Because you, again, just like how this is an avatar and my soul and spirit is using this, that's what the dolphin is. The dolphins come from the star system from where we come from before we were here. The Sirius star system. All right? We gave them the oceans as a place to live. The dolphins are the nomos. That's the name of their species. Okay, but they have a spirit and a soul just like us. The killer whales. That's why they're so intelligent. Dolphins, and you can Google this. People give birth in the water around dolphins. The dolphins swim around the mother. Okay, shooting sonar into the womb. Kids come out fucking geniuses, and it's painless for the woman. And it happens like that in the water, standing up. Dolphin. It's called dolphin-assisted childbirth. Birth. Or what they told you was birth. Yeah, you can't swim with dolphins, family. They'll lock your ass up. Just like you can't go in the jungle. Because, see, a bee, certain animals, they don't see this. They see color. They see them. They see the Roy G. Biv. Them Oregon fields that surround your body. And when you are vibrating high and you're in tune and not focused, but in tune, right? They'll see all these bright colors coming up off you. And you will have an entire different connection with nature than any other species on this planet. Now, that's a fact. When you understand the essence of what I'm trying to get you to understand, overstand, and understand is that you are the physical manifestation of nature, you'll understand that you are everything and everything is you. You are it. You are what you've been looking for. You are what you've been seeking. Do a little experiment with y'all. Give a shout out to KRS-One, man. He enlightened me about this right here. So check this out, y'all. And I know it's probably wrote backwards because of the camera. I didn't write it. I wrote it down yesterday. It's a white piece of paper with the word self on it. Okay? I want you to close your eyes without moving your mouth, without making a vibration, without making a sound, without using your mouth. I want you to utter the word self in your mind with your eyes closed without moving your mouth. Now, I didn't say nothing. You didn't say nothing. But let me ask you this. Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Okay, close your eyes again. Close your eyes again. Now, in your mind, I want you to envision the word self with your eyes closed. Did you see it? So what is it that gives you the ability to have sight beyond sight? Remember when the Thundercats, when Lionel would hold the sword up to his third eye? Huh? What gives you the ability to hear when there's no sound? Things that make you go, You never thought about that, huh? Well, I just introduced you to you, if you didn't know. See, what they don't tell you is, whatever your sign is, I'm a Libra. That's why they take your soul print and blood in the delivery room when you're born. Your sign is the galaxy your soul was in prior to coming here. So I'm from the Libra galaxy. The name, your mother gives you a name. Also has a spiritual name to it too. Mine is Matthew. My mother named me Matthew, which means gift of God. So my name is Gift of God from the Libra galaxy. And I came here with a soul contract that only I can uniquely do. Same thing with you. But you have to get in tune first. See, nature will bless you. Nature will show you the way, but you have to seek it. You have to seek it. Again, whether you believe this or not, it's no never mind to me. It doesn't take away from the validity of the information. You have to go find out what your truth is. Truth is whatever you say it is. But it's out there. It's out there. It's in all the religions. See, for my religious people, Quran. Oh, let's talk about. Did y'all see the lightning that struck down the Jesus piece in Brazil, and then the lightning that hit the Kaaba in Mecca? Yeah, that's the wrath of Anu, the Most High. And I know that went over a lot of y'all heads too. But that's a whole nother lecture. But religion, if you study enough of it, and then you go in, see, there's books that predate these religious books by 6,000 years. And when you read these books, like the Emerald Tablets, the Enuma Elish, the Seven Tablets of Creation, the Apocrypha, the Book of Enoch, all these books that they kept out of this one book they made and gave you just to fucking indoctrinate you and enslave you, okay? That's where the truth lies. That's where the truth lies. The Sumerian tablets, right? You read these religious books and they got all them fucking stories from there, from these tablets, from our ancient ancestors. They just watered it down, switched it up, changed it. It's crazy. So if you're going to follow religion, what book? How do you know? Like, why not go with the original? Why not go with the original way of life of people that was here originally? Not some information that was taken from them, switched up, altered, and changed. No, I'm not. That's bad science, family. That's bad science. But I understand why. You know, it's crazy, man. The indoctrination amongst our people, the social engineering that has been bestowed upon our people, man. And our people come from greatness, man. I'm here to tell you, man, the shit that we have overcome as a people, the oppression, you know, the drugs, the diseases, you know, they put us in the concrete jungle, took us out of nature, cut us off from creation, stole our identity. Like, they literally, man, have weaponized everything. They have weaponized everything, from school to the jobs, to the food, to the information, to the language, to everything. Everything has been used against you in a manner to keep you from yourself. Think they had your ancestors picking cotton by coincidence? No. You think they was whipping you with the whip in the back on your spine by coincidence? No.